Hi people, I'm going to talk about a photograph called Time Passages. It was an Al Stewart song title, now it's a Sab Will photograph from Paris. It was taken in, as you can see in the picture, Rue de la Huchette, which is in the Latin Quarter in Paris. And it was taken on my Latin Quarter photo tour on a chilly Sunday morning in December 2007. And you might be surprised to see an image like this from modern day Paris. I hope you are, actually. I'm pretty happy with it. It's nice. I've done a couple of things to make it look a little bit older. Obviously I've given it a sort of sepia washed out tone, but look at the image. It's marvellous. I was with two Aussies on the tour, very appreciative, very good people to be on a photo tour with. They were very interested. Not especially great photograph experts, but interested in knowing about different angles and different photographic possibilities. So very nice tour. And here it is. We were just walking down what is a very, very touristy street. It's full of Greek restaurants, full of tourists, music blaring out, all sorts of stuff. But not on a Sunday morning, I can tell you, in December. And as you're walking down this street, I generally say to people as we approach this little street, I say, can you see what is probably the narrowest or second narrowest street in Paris? And they see this little alley going off to one side, and they say, is that it? And I say, yeah. And it's called Rue du Chat qui Pêche, the Fishing Cat Street. And this is looking down it towards the Seine. And what a beautiful image it is. You've got these old-fashioned lights, probably not original. Let's not romanticize things too much. Going off into the distance. Important to get those silhouetted. Don't have them touching either side of the passage, because you lose the strength of the image. Have them going in a row, going into the distance, 1, 2, 3, getting smaller, giving a lovely sense of distance going into that passage. As I was taking this shot and discussing it with my photo tour people, this couple came along. How lucky is that? Passages are for walking down, normally, if there is a purpose for them other than being a space between two buildings. And in any photograph I try to show whatever the thing is, it normally has a purpose, and it's great in a photograph if you can show it serving that purpose. A passage is for walking down. You need people walking down it. You don't need them, but doesn't it make the photograph stronger? And what should happen but a couple, great, a couple started walking down the passage. Start shooting. That's it. Start shooting. When you see that, it's not going to last. It might not happen again. Start shooting. Doesn't matter what you shoot. Get the camera, start clicking away, ask questions later. So I shot a lot of shots. Some of them were great. Some of them, the couple was just a blob. Fair enough, but not good enough. Some of them, they were standing apart, so you could see a space in between them. This shot is the one I chose because they were close together, but the space between them, but their arms are touching. That shows the link of the couple. That's the little romance angle. The shot just after, they were turning the street. You could see their legs, they were zooming off, there was no emotional connection between them. The shot before, you could see a bit of a car behind them. All of these things ruined the photograph. So this was the best shot. The street sign at the top, in half the shots I hadn't even realised, and I chopped it in half. Now you've got a choice here. You could keep it in and have a bit of sky which doesn't have too much interesting stuff in it, or you could cut the picture. You could cut it, I'd say, here and here, which is a nice photograph. But I chose to keep the Paris street sign in, because it's so Paris. You can't get many things which say, without saying, this is Paris, and it's nice. It's nice to do that. It's like having a metro sign. So there it is, a lovely shot which could have been taken any time in the last century, or maybe the last 3 centuries, I don't know, except for the fact that there is this little sign here which is a modern tourist information panel. A shame. Yes and no, because this is Paris. I'm taking reality. I don't want to have a rubbish bin in the shot, but a sign like that, it's not too intrusive. It is Paris, and I don't like to Photoshop things to the extent where I'm removing elements which were there. I think part of the skill is to position yourself beforehand to get rid of elements which shouldn't be in the shot. If there are things which aren't too horrible, you know, that's what it's like. Leave them in. I always try to line up the shot as best I possibly can before clicking, to do the minimum of playing around after. Cropping, I crop a lot. This shot I didn't crop, but often I do. So it's a shot I'm really happy with. I chose the sepia tone because I think it went well with this image. I don't do sepia a lot, but from time to time it's important to do it. I could have used a blue tone because the image itself in colour was quite blue. In the shadows it tends to give a blue light, but I went for my good old warm sepia look to give that feeling. Okay, thanks for stopping by. Paris set me free. See you again soon. Bye bye.
Depuis que je suis à Paris, le jour et la nuit, je suis gris. J'ai compris la douceur de vivre. Je suis fou de joie, je suis ivre. Depuis que je suis à Paris.